You were born outside the U.S. and were a STEM major, science, technology, engineering, or math. You are in luck. According to the Labor Department, foreign-born workers working in STEM fields earned higher wages than their American-born worker counterparts for a second straight year. Native-born graduates, the blue line, foreign-born college grads, the orange line. What accounts for this gap? One senior policy analyst says it is due to a disproportionate number of foreigners studying one of the STEM disciplines. We know since the recovery from recession, Mark, I almost called you Tom Keene. I know, you're glaring at me right now. Woof. Those skills have been in high demand. It's okay, take a deep breath.
I'm there. But this goes back to the whole conversation about U.S. students, American students lagging behind in science and in math.
Yes.
And about how their counterparts overseas in Europe and in Asia are either receiving more education, they're in school more hours when they are younger, and all of this other stuff like sleepovers and hanging out with your friends, not so much.
Well, and it speaks to the way that we teach science and math in elementary school. I mean, I've noticed across the board that there are a lot of, the math becomes kind of a secondary thing. You have a lot of coaches, athletic coaches, football coaches teaching math at the same time. We don't put a lot of emphasis on math the way that we do on reading, writing, and some of the humanities.
And I know we had that full screen closing the wage gap through higher education. That was fascinating as well, because you see, if you get that education, that's dramatic.
Yeah, unadjusted for inflation, wages for native-born college grads increased a sluggish 3.6% from 2010 to 2014. But for foreign-born workers with at least a bachelor's degree, wages jumped 9.2% in the same period.
Interesting, because this also segues into the immigration debate, because those who are in favor of immigration reform are saying that some of these students are coming to the United States, they are getting this education, but then they're leaving or are forced to leave, and they're taking that education with them.
There's a really big gap between those who are highly skilled and highly educated, the immigrants who come in, versus those who have the barest of education and therefore are making a lot less than native-born Americans.